Welcome back to my channel for this week's Human Design Transit Report. Today is Sunday, yes, Sunday, June 11th, and the new transit starts on Wednesday, June 14th. Just as a reminder, the transit reports are going to be coming out on Sunday now because the YouTube analytics tells me that you all are online watching videos way more on Sunday than you are on Monday. So we're going to give this an experiment for a while, okay? So put that in your calendar, your diary, your scheduler, or whatever, that the transit reports are now going to be coming out on Sunday. All right, and if you want to know what's happening right now through Tuesday, go and watch last week's transit report right here. That'll get you up to speed. And then what we're going to talk about today will get you set up for what's coming next week. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Just a note here following up on the last transit is that you'll see that again, there's a lot of activations around the throat center and also from hanging gates from other centers that are pointing to the throat. So again, we have a lot of opportunity to get our throats defined in a variety of different ways because of all of the different hanging gates. We call those hanging gates, where one gate is defined and its mate is not. And we have that, both of the gates that are highlighted by the sun and the earth are hanging gates. We've got a shift out of the tribal energy that we had in the last transit, which is really strong tribal energy actually. And we have got the sun in the gate 12, which is in the knowing circuit. And then we've got the earth in the 11, which is in the sensing circuit. So let's go ahead and talk about the 11 first, the earth in the 11. So the 11 is on the Ajna center, and you can see here that it is a hanging gate, which means that it is pointing to the 56, which is on the throat center. A bunch of you are like, what does that mean when there's only one side? Yeah, it just means that the other side isn't defined in your chart, but it also means that you're going to be kind of looking for, like if it's in your chart, I'm not necessarily talking about what's going on here in the transit, but when you have a hanging gate in your chart, you're always going to be kind of looking for its mate. We call that an electromagnetic, and it's actually part of what we colloquially call chemistry. Interesting, right? So let's talk about the gate 11, okay, the earth and the gate 11. And the 11 in traditional human design is known as the gate of ideas. Lots and lots and lots of ideas. And in quantum human design, it's been named the Conceptualist. I'm like, okay, it seems pretty similar to me. Lots of concepts, lots of ideas. And when I do a reading for somebody who has this in their chart, a lot of times I go, do you have a lot of ideas? And they're like, oh, so many ideas, so many ideas. So it's one of those kind of mixed blessings that you have, because if you don't learn how to really manage the energy of the 11, it can be pretty overwhelming. You just have too many ideas coming in and you don't know what's important, and your head gets clouded up. So if you find that starts happening for you during this transit, one of the things I recommend is that you just write them down. Just have a little notebook, write them down, write them in notes in your phone. Just do a brain dump, like often just doing a brain dump, and then use your authority to go through and be like, okay, is this an idea that I should pay attention to or not? Basically, is it an idea for me now? Is it an idea for me later? Is it an idea for somebody else, right? Is it an idea whose time will come but is not now? So there's lots of ideas, right? Like that, right? So but it can be a very, very powerful way to be receiving guidance through that sensing circuit. So the 11 is it's over here on the left-hand side of the body, but it's fed by the right-brained energy coming in here, crossing over, and then coming out through the 11. And so it is creative, it's expansive, it's embodied and experiential, and so it's not a super analytical or strategic. It's not a left-brained energy. So you don't necessarily want to try to make it that. It's more about being able to receive those possibilities that are coming in and then discern which ones are the right ones for you. Because if you don't make that distinction, you can kind of fall into the disempowered aspect of it, which is, I'm so overwhelmed by so many ideas, I don't even know what to do with any of them. You don't want to do that. So instead, sort through them and pull out the golden gems, right? Pull out the golden gems. And you don't have to act on them immediately. You can let them percolate for you for a while to kind of see, okay, is this, feel into it, be like, this one. Try to resist FOMO, right? That fear of missing out, that you're going to pick the wrong one. This is something that really haunts people who have this defined in their chart, is they get haunted by the idea that they're going to pick the wrong idea, and then they don't pick any idea and they don't move forward with it. So don't let that happen to you, right? Really be on the lookout for, wow, what are going to be the great ideas that are coming to me over this transit, and how can I ground myself in the right idea? And again, you can be asking for support from your authority. You can be using your strategy, whatever your type is, to be discerning about, is this something for me now, or is this something for me to act on? Is it something for me to give away? Okay, so you want to, this is one of the reasons you always want to get your strategy and your authority dialed in, because when you've got those, it helps you to know what to do with these other energies, right? Because otherwise, if you don't have a way to sort through all those ideas, what are you going to do? You're going to do that with your analytical brain, and your analytical brain can't actually tell you if you've got energy for something, right? That way leads burnout. So this is why you want to get your strategy and your authority really under your belt. Okay. So when you do that, then you can activate that gate 12, which is in the knowing circuit, and it is on the throat. It's right over here on the throat. And it's known as the channel. Okay, both in quantum human design and traditional human design. It is a place where we can express divine guidance, basically, right? Where we can bring in, and when you do this, I'm sure many of you know this, but it doesn't hurt to have a reminder, and maybe some of you don't, which is that whenever you really are in a receptive state where you're asking for divine guidance to come through, which is a key component of human design, as far as I'm concerned, you always want to make sure that you are asking for guidance from your own inner being, your own soul self, or if you have guides or angels, like this is my angel, or angels that you work with. So you know that it's coming from really the kind of the highest frequency, the highest light that you can reach. That's where you want to be downloading and then channeling out guidance from superconsciousness. Because my experience is that there are many different non-physical beings who'd be happy to give you some advice if you were open to it. And they may not know anything about you, and they may not be here for your highest good. They aren't necessarily evil, but they may not be what you really want to be bringing through. So I used to teach a course called Opening to Channel. I have the 12 on an open throat, and so I have the channel, and I do that in my videos, actually. You probably noticed that by now. So you're going to have the opportunity to do that if you don't usually. And the best thing I can say is to really have yourself in a pretty high frequency state, right? You don't want to be in a really emotional state. You don't want to be in a really negative, contracted state, right? You want to be receptive. You want your heart energy going. You want to feel like you are in a state of possibility. And then be like, okay, what is the divine guidance that can come through this beautiful instrument that you have of your throat and the gate 12? And one of the things that you can do if you're finding, wow, I am really channeling some incredible ideas, because you've got the 11 there, it's bringing you ideas, and you're going to be getting, you're going to be getting stuff through the knowing circuit anyway. But if you're finding that, some amazing stuff is coming out of your mouth, record it. Right? Turn on your voice memo and record it. I started doing this whenever I do speaking after a while, because I realized that I would have just things that would pop out of my mouth. I was like, wow, that was awesome. Where'd that come from? I didn't think that up, right? It just came right in through my knowing circuit and right out my mouth. So I started recording them so I could go back and listen to it again, because a lot of times I wouldn't remember. I'd be in a bit of an altered state, and it wasn't like I had strategized what I was going to say. right? I hadn't written it all out. I hadn't thought it all through. It was something that came through. I mean, I always have some kind of an outline of what I want to share, but I don't ever write out a script and read it. Like, I don't do that. So if this shows up for you, honor it, right? Honor it, respect it, record it, or write it down. This can also happen through automatic writing, because the expression of the throat doesn't actually just happen through your mouth. It can also happen through writing. It can happen through singing. It can happen through dancing. It's about expression, right? It's about how you're expressing yourself. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you do that. And you can be channeling when you're painting, for example, or when you're singing or you're dancing or you're writing, just as much as when you're speaking. And then again, remember, everybody around you is going to be doing this too. So pay attention to what are the gems that are coming out of people's mouths. What are some of the ideas and the downloads that they're giving voice to, or that they're sharing with you in some way? That could be a more creative way. See what that might be, and like I said, honor it. Record it, pay attention to it, and don't just write it down in your journal and forget about it. Like, actually go into your heart of hearts and into your deep belly if you're a generator, and be like, wow, okay, what is this trying to tell me? Right? What is it offering me? What is it offering all of us? What is it that I can bring through that's going to help both myself and my community and our world? Because just remember that the universe works through us. Spirit works through us, right? I mean, I actually haven't had my angel come and, show up before me in a way that I could see. And yet I know that my angel works through me, because my angel is constantly guiding me and I can feel it, right? But it's working through me, right? Super consciousness is working through you, right? Life is happening through you. And you get to be a receptacle and a conduit and a channel for that divine energy. And when you do, it elevates your energy. It'll light you up like a freaking Christmas tree. It's awesome. So enjoy and pay attention, honor it, and see where it's going to lead you. I also want to let you know that I'm going to be doing a solstice celebration inside of our Becoming Sovereign online community. That's going to be on Thursday, June 22nd. And I wanted to give you a bunch of advance notice so you can get that in your calendar or your diary, as my friends in the UK like to say, or your schedule, or whatever you call it, right? That you can, save the date. And I hope that you'll come and join us, because it's going to be a celebration and a way for us to connect in community. And we will do a Kriya practice as well. And I would love to see you there. So the link to join us in the community will be in the description below. And once you're in there, all you need to do is go to the menu on the left where it says upcoming events, and it'll be listed there, and you can go in and RSVP. Do go in and RSVP so you get notifications and reminders about when it's coming up, and also so I know that you're coming. And I hope to see you there. Okay, many blessings. Much love.